onde cada português pode ser um embaixador e promotor da oferta nacional, da autenticidade e singularidade portuguesa. As exportações são um pilar importante na nossa economia, mas apenas 6% das empresas portuguesas exportam e destas, 2/3 para um único mercado. A grande maioria admite nunca ter utilizado a diáspora como ferramenta para aumentar as suas exportações. A construção de uma rede global da diáspora portuguesa capaz de promover o relacionamento dos portugueses espalhados pelo mundo com as empresas portuguesas é a nossa missão. A rede global irá permitir afirmar a qualidade dos nossos produtos e a excelência da oferta nacional. Disponibilizar informação relevante aos seus membros, ligando pessoas, empresas e instituições. Estimular negócios. Promover as marcas portuguesas. Aproximar as empresas às comunidades portuguesas. Explorar novos mercados. Rede Global da Diáspora, um projeto da Fundação AEP ao serviço do país.
To welcome the participants, I will give the floor to Mr. Manny Ferreirinha from the Portuguese Forum.
Thank you. Good morning, bom dia. Thank you, Dr. Berta Nunes. The Portuguese Forum. What is the Portuguese Forum? What is it about? What do we do? Portuguese Forum was established by Father Carlos in the year 2001 after a protest march, which happened because of a couple that was murdered and left 4 orphans and left Father Carlos devastated. And he needed a team to do a protest march. And we, as the Portuguese in South Africa, are not used to protesting. We're not, because of the background of the apartheid system. So we planned the march, and it wasn't so much to emphasize on the South African government, because we had this notion that authorities don't normally reply. So we got on with the protest march, but the whole aim was to bring our community together. And because Father Carlos was a very powerful individual, a wonderful man, he got his community together, and we did the protest march for what it was worth. And the success was getting our Portuguese to become a community. The forum is about community. It's about mixing community with business and everything that builds around community, our culture, a nossa língua, our language, and so on. Once we established the Portuguese Forum, we had to establish a national structure to engage with the South African authorities. And the South African Constitution is a very powerful constitution that allows minority groups to engage with local authorities right up to national government. And we certainly took advantage of that. We took the platform, and that was to deal with any issues. And I must say, the South African government engages, but doesn't engage with individuals. It engages with a structure, with representation. So we started engaging. Afterwards, we moved on. We engaged with Alberto Jardine and Daron Barros just to inform them of the challenges that we're having, because the murder rate was quite high, not compared to the South African statistics, because at the moment we are losing about 21,000 people being murdered. And we are very happy to say we got small numbers, but one murder is one too many for us. So as we evolved along, we started bringing the community, because we needed a proper representation from business, from community, from culture, to start engaging with the local authorities. And that started happening, but with a lot of challenges, because I wasn't involved with the Portuguese community. I wasn't involved in the clubs. I was an altar boy at the Catholic Church, and that's where it stopped. So I didn't know the Portuguese community, but I think what happened was the right way. We had structures in place, but half functioning, others not functioning. So to comply with our mission statement in engaging with local authorities right up to national, we're now 20 years, and I'm happy to say that unfortunately, because of circumstances, our Portuguese community is coming together. As we stand today, we've got massive challenges that many are unaware of. There's a group called the EFF in this country that are disrupting businesses, and they're disrupting our Portuguese businesses. We had one business closed for a whole week. And because we follow the rule of law and we follow our South African constitution, we managed to make a difference for our Portuguese community in solving the problems, because nobody can be above the law, including us as the Portuguese community. So we solved the problems through the rule of law and through our democracy. And we have a policy of constructive engagement with the South African government to make a difference, so that many of us don't want to leave South Africa because we're entrenched in this society of ours. We've integrated in the South African society. And at the same time, the Portuguese Forum, we promote Portuguese, we promote our culture. We did the Caravela, which we showcased Madeira. This year coming, we're going to showcase Portugal, because Portugal is so beautiful. And these are the kind of achievements that we are achieving, but as a community, we had to, I don't like to use the words teach our community, but sometimes we have to use it, that as a community, we make a difference. As a community, the South African government will engage with us. So with us, it's community, community, community. Manny Ferreira is just merely a facilitator. We just happen to have the capacity and the knowledge to be able to do these kind of things. And fortunately, for once, our Portuguese are coming together, as was proven with the Social Solidarity Food Drive, where we collected over 620 tons of food, of which 400 tons is going to the South African food banks, which again entrenches the Portuguese into the South African civil society, that we participate, that we are also a community that gives. We don't shy away from participating with the challenges that we have with the COVID pandemic and the hunger that we have in South Africa. And as Portuguese, we are massive contributors to the South African economy, but we do have our challenges, and we appreciate the fact that you've approached us and that we can participate more on an international basis. We really appreciate it, Miguel, and your team, and the rest that are participating. I think it's time these things are happening, but also thanks to technology. I suppose in the past we would have managed it, but I want to thank your team. And also I'm going to hand over to Roberto, because over the period we established our own community newspaper, because as you know, we got other media, but they more sort of commercial newspapers. Our one is community-based, supported by the community. So we don't make, whatever we do, it's not about making money. Whatever we do is supporting our community, supporting our ranchos. They are number one on our list. If we lose that bit, we lose our culture. But yeah, I'll hand over, and we established the Voz newspaper in 2003. Obrigado, Miguel and your team. Thank you once again.
Bom dia, meu nome é Roberto Silva e eu sou o editor da Voz Portuguesa, que é o nosso jornal, que é o porta-voz do Fórum Português, como vocês conseguem ver aqui, voz da comunidade. Durante muitos anos houveram diferentes mídias na nossa comunidade, mas antes da internet, antes das televisões estarem aqui, o objetivo era mostrar à nossa comunidade as notícias do que se passava em Portugal. Com o fórum, o nosso foco é a nossa comunidade. Então, vimos a necessidade de criar um órgão de comunicação que falasse da nossa comunidade à nossa comunidade. Porque a nossa união é extremamente importante. E quando uma pessoa não tem os factos, não pode haver união. Portanto, assim nasceu a Voz Portuguesa e nós estamos um pouco por toda a África do Sul, desde o meio do deserto até às maiores cidades do país e realmente a nossa vontade é cada vez mais nos integrarmos na comunidade luso-sul-africana. Essa comunidade luso-sul-africana, ultimamente, também tem estado a emigrar e a voltar para Portugal. Portanto, a partir do mês passado, começámos a dedicar uma página do nosso jornal à comunidade luso-sul-africana que está aí, que devido às circunstâncias, ao Covid, a situações de trabalho, têm voltado para aí. Portanto, a nossa visão da comunidade portuguesa é uma visão inclusiva, é uma visão em que os homens de negócios são extremamente importantes para a nossa comunidade, para o envolvimento financeiro da nossa comunidade, que também traz ao ativo os nossos clubes, as nossas associações, porque se não houver atividade económica, não haverá suporte para essas organizações. Portanto, também esta oportunidade de falar convosco, de fazer parte desta rede global da diáspora, é excelente, porque nos cria sinergias para nós podermos, como homens de negócios sul-africanos, luso-sul-africanos, entrar em contacto com os homens de negócio em Portugal e criar sinergias, porque realmente, no passado, tem ido muito dinheiro de remessas da nossa comunidade para Portugal, quando há muita possibilidade para haver exportação de Portugal para aqui, exportação de quadros e vice-versa. Portanto, isso é um pouco do que nós fazemos aqui no Fórum Português. Muito obrigado.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manny Ferreirinha and Mr. Roberto. Mr. Luís Miguel Ribeiro, President of the Fundação IEP, has now the floor.
Bom dia. Bom dia, Sra. Secretária de Estado, que já teve a oportunidade de ver nas imagens. Good morning, Mr. Manny Ferreirinha. Thank you for your example and for your work. Bom dia, Roberto Silva. Gostaria de começar por cumprimentar também o Dr. Paulo Diniz e o Dr. Miguel Peixoto, da equipa do projeto Rede Global da Diáspora, e um cumprimento a todos os portugueses que nos estejam a seguir, que nos estejam a ver e ouvir. De facto, aquilo que o Sr. Manny Ferreirinha nos transmitiu, aquilo que é o exemplo da organização do Fórum Português na África do Sul, o Fórum Português, como ele explicou, agrega um conjunto de instituições, um conjunto de comunidades, cria sinergias e partilha apoio a todas elas, para que todas elas possam prestar um serviço mais eficaz aos seus associados, ou seja, aos portugueses, e por outro lado ganham legitimidade e força para, junto do Governo da África do Sul, poderem reivindicar aquilo que são os direitos e aquilo que são as preocupações da nossa comunidade. Eu acho que este exemplo deste fórum é um bocadinho aquilo que nós pretendemos a uma escala global fazer, que é colocar, interagir entre todos os portugueses, instituições, pessoas, empresas, para que a partir daí tenhamos mais força, para que a partir daí tenhamos mais oportunidades e para que a partir daí se cumpra aquilo que é o nosso grande propósito, que é que a comunidade portuguesa espalhada pelo mundo se sinta toda num grande fórum, tal como foi o exemplo que ouvimos, que nos foi transmitido do Fórum Português na África do Sul. Para não ser muito demorado, eu gostaria de dar só 3 notas sobre aquilo que me parece que são as 3 principais mensagens que nós pretendemos passar e explicar isto que é a rede global da diáspora. Em primeiro lugar, e como eu já referi, nós pretendemos colocar os portugueses, aproximar os portugueses, colocá-los a falar, colocá-los a comunicar uns com os outros. Através desta plataforma da Rede Global da Diáspora, que é www.redeglobal.pt, pessoas, instituições e empresas poderão mais facilmente interagir, poderão mais facilmente comunicar entre elas. E por isso isto é o espírito de comunidade. A comunidade portuguesa, cerca de 5 milhões de portugueses estão espalhados pelo mundo. Naturalmente, quanto maior for esta comunidade que seja inscrita nesta plataforma, mais eficaz e mais oportunidades e mais força ela terá para apoiar todos os portugueses que estão espalhados pelo mundo e para valorizar Portugal e para também o Portugal poder, a partir desta plataforma, tirar proveito daquilo que é a vantagem de termos esta comunidade da diáspora, estes 5 milhões de portugueses espalhados pelo mundo, e também que cada português sinta que a partir daqui tem novas oportunidades. A segunda, e como foi dito no vídeo inicial, é a necessidade que nós temos de alargar a nossa base exportadora. Nós temos um percurso muito interessante ao nível das exportações, mas ainda temos um número muito pequeno de empresas a exportar. E por isso é importante que nós tenhamos mais empresas, até de menor dimensão, com produtos mais de nicho de mercado, não de grandes quantidades, mas produtos distintos, de qualidade, com inovação que nós hoje temos, e temos muitos, com origem bem identificada, possamos com isso trazer novas oportunidades para um conjunto de empresas de não tão grande dimensão, mas com possibilidade, com capacidade e com produtos para podermos fazer aumentar aqui esta exportação de produtos portugueses. Mas também é verdade que em sentido inverso, e o Sr. Manny Freirinha pode ser perfeitamente um desses exemplos, nós podemos tentar demonstrar aos portugueses que estão pelo mundo as oportunidades que há de investirem em Portugal. Aquilo que Portugal tem hoje para oferecer, as diferentes oportunidades que existem para que as pessoas possam investir em Portugal, sobretudo os portugueses. Eu, em algumas deslocações que fui fazendo a alguns países e junto de comunidades portuguesas, fui ouvindo vários portugueses a dizer eu até estaria disponível a investir em Portugal, mas não sei em quê, nem sei como, depois também não conheço bem as regras, a lei, etc. E por isso, a partir desta comunidade, com a rede de contactos que se vai estabelecer, eu acho que também estaremos aqui a criar condições para que, de facto, possamos captar investimento para Portugal. Eu penso que é isso também que a Sra. Secretária de Estado, e que saúde mais uma vez, quer pelo seu empenho e envolvimento neste projeto, quer pelo trabalho que está a desempenhar, e o facto de estar neste momento na África do Sul, está certamente a trabalhar para que estas oportunidades surjam e para que Portugal possa, de facto, captar investimento e possa criar oportunidades para as suas exportações, e por isso saúde mais uma vez o trabalho a ser Secretário de Estado que tão importante é para o nosso país. E para não me estender mais, dizer também ao Roberto Silva que para nós é extremamente importante o trabalho que os órgãos de comunicação social que relatam e que comunicam aquilo que é a nossa Portugalidade, aquilo que são os valores de Portugal, aquilo que é o trabalho que os portugueses desenvolvem, mas também a informação que levam a cada um dos portugueses e, neste caso, aquilo que nos podem ajudar a divulgar, a promover e a dar dimensão a esta nossa rede global da diáspora, é um trabalho absolutamente fundamental e por isso nós queremos muito contar com a voz de Portugal, a voz da comunidade portuguesa, para que possamos ter aqui, de facto, uma plataforma de grande dimensão, porque quanto maior ela for, melhor é para cada um de que nela participa, melhor é para Portugal, mais oportunidades trará, e por isso, para nós, Fundação AEP, para nós, entidades que estamos empenhados na construção desta rede, do atingir aquilo que são os nossos objetivos. Por isso, da nossa parte, contarão com a nossa disponibilidade, a cada um dos portugueses, neste caso, que estão na África do Sul, a cada um dos portugueses que estão pelo mundo, porque cada um desses portugueses são, de facto, embaixadores de Portugal, são os verdadeiros embaixadores de Portugal, e que para nós é um motivo de muito orgulho, de grande orgulho, e o exemplo do Sr. Manny Freirinha é, de facto, um bom exemplo daquilo que é o espírito empreendedor, daquilo que é o ser português, daquilo que é, de facto, a ousadia de ir, de investir, de vencer, mas nunca esquecer o seu país, que é Portugal. Muito obrigado.
I shall now give the floor to Madam Secretary of State of the Portuguese Communities, Mrs. Berta Nunes.
Bom dia ou boa tarde. Estou aqui na cidade do Cabo, acabamos de chegar e vamos exatamente visitar, e estamos, aliás, numa associação portuguesa, que é a Associação Portuguesa do Cabo da Boa Esperança, e iremos visitar outras associações aqui na cidade do Cabo. Ontem tive a oportunidade de estar em Joanesburgo e em Pretória durante 2 dias, visitando as associações, os clubes. Tivemos também a oportunidade de estar com empresários e com a Câmara do Comércio num desses clubes que nos organizam o almoço. E para não estarmos aqui a fazer uma lista longa de todas as associações que em 2 dias consegui visitar em Joanesburgo e em Pretória, e agora hoje na cidade do Cabo, sendo o tema deste fórum a importância das associações para a marca Portugal e a importância da diáspora para ajudar as nossas empresas a internacionalizar-se e a exportar, de facto é mesmo um trabalho que nós temos todo o empenho e também em parceria com a Fundação AEP em fazer essas ligações e nos conhecer, no fundo, conhecer-nos melhor. Porque ontem eu tive a oportunidade de dizer que Portugal precisa de conhecer melhor as suas comunidades, precisa de estar mais próximo das suas comunidades, porque as nossas comunidades na África do Sul e noutros locais que já visitei, são comunidades que têm um potencial cultural em termos de promover a imagem de Portugal, um potencial económico com os seus empresários de sucesso, e são muitos, e aqui na África do Sul também, com as suas associações que promovem a cultura, que promovem a língua, que promovem até o desporto. Nós tivemos a oportunidade de visitar uma associação que tem um campo de futebol, que aliás mais do que uma, que também promove o desporto, e promove o desporto também como uma forma de inclusão, no fundo trazendo o desporto rei, que é o futebol, para a África do Sul, mas também incluindo nesse desporto outras nacionalidades, e isso é muito bom, porque na verdade nós queremos 2 coisas: queremos estar próximo das comunidades, dar a conhecê-las melhor a Portugal, fazer com que elas sejam as nossas embaixadoras, digamos, do país, da marca Portugal, da cultura portuguesa, da língua portuguesa, sem deixar, por exemplo, de também trabalhar para a integração. Temos órgãos de comunicação social que são só em português, que é o caso do Século, temos órgãos de comunicação social que são bilíngues, mas também são em português, neste caso em inglês, e isso é bom porque estamos aqui também a falar de muitos lusodescendentes que, sendo portugueses, podem ter alguma dificuldade em falar a língua, ou podem não a falar de todo. Por isso temos aqui muito trabalho para fazer, para estreitar estes laços e realmente tirarmos partido, e ambos, de um lado e do outro, desta Portugalidade, desta cultura, desta cidadania que é ser português. Então, neste caso em concreto, nós temos vários programas para apoiar a internacionalização das empresas e as exportações. No caso concreto da Secretaria de Estado das Comunidades, somos responsáveis pelo PNAE, de que eu falei ontem e que voltarei aqui a referir brevemente, que é o Plano Nacional de Atração de Investimento da Diáspora, que tem não só o objetivo de atrair o investimento da nossa diáspora e ajudar os nossos imigrantes e lusodescendentes a investir em Portugal, ajudá-los para que o seu investimento seja um investimento com sucesso e para que tenham realmente sucesso, isso é bom para eles e para nós, e ao mesmo tempo trabalhar para que as nossas comunidades nos vários países, neste caso particular a África do Sul, sejam essa plataforma que ajudem as nossas empresas, principalmente as micro e pequenas empresas, micro, pequenas e médias empresas, a exportar, utilizando essa plataforma que são as nossas comunidades, porque isso é a forma mais rápida, mais simples e mais segura para chegarmos aos vários países onde temos comunidades importantes, como é o caso da África do Sul. Por isso estou aqui numa missão de conhecer melhor, neste caso, as nossas associações. Virei certamente, logo que o Covid também nos permita viajar com mais facilidade, para trabalhar com as nossas câmaras de comércio, com os nossos empresários e com outros setores da nossa comunidade. Para mim tem sido uma experiência muito gratificante. Eu quero agradecer à comunidade a forma como me tem recebido e vamos em conjunto, a Secretaria de Estado das Comunidades, a AEP e todos os órgãos de comunicação social da diáspora, que neste caso também estão a participar aqui, vamos todos em conjunto trabalhar para que consigamos atingir estes objetivos e ligar, criar redes e ligar cada vez mais Portugal e as comunidades a Portugal. Muito obrigada, obrigada à nossa comunidade e obrigada também à Fundação AEP por este trabalho que está a fazer de criação de redes, que é de facto muito importante.
To present the Rede Global project, I will give the floor to Mr. Paulo Diniz, Executive Director of Fundação AEP.
Obrigado, muito bom dia a todos, muito obrigado ao Sr. Presidente da Fundação pelas suas palavras, pelo acolhimento, muito obrigado aos nossos anfitriões locais, o Roberto e o Sr. Mene Ferreirinha, um agradecimento também ao Sr. Staff pelo esforço que teve e pela colaboração do seu staff nesta organização. Nós ficamos muito gratos, porque assim de facto tornamos esta intervenção mais congruente. Ora, eu vou fazer uma apresentação partilhada com o Miguel, vai ser em português e em inglês, o inglês será seguramente mau, mas creio que será compreensível. Good morning, Mr. Mene Ferreirinha. It's a nice pleasure to meet the Portuguese community in South Africa. We have a long way to run, and this is the beginning of that travel. Okay. What is, after all, Rede Global da Diáspora? It's a digital product. It's a platform to bond the Portuguese and affirm Portugal. It will be, as we intend to, the largest collaborative network from the Portuguese diaspora. And what is the importance of the diaspora? Well, we have some important figures about the diaspora. There are more than 5 million Portuguese people spread all over the world. They are registered in more than 178 countries. And now we have many Portuguese people that are entrepreneurs. We have a lot of companies and a lot of investors. That's the main purpose to our effort is to reach that people. And that's a question. We have many questions across this Rede Global da Diáspora. What is, after all, to be Portuguese? It's about the fado, it's about the sun, it's about the saudade, it's about religion, the Catholic religion, it's about football, it's about Ronaldo. Yes, it is, but it's a little bit more. The Portuguese have some characteristics too much specific to not ignore. Portuguese people are sociable, they are hard workers, they are humble, they are resourceful, and they are warm and friendly. That's the main reason that we are so specific in the world. And we must address some efforts to reach the Portuguese communities. And we have that kind of effort to promote our language. It's one of our efforts is to reach the communities and promote our language. It's important to have that Portuguese communities to take care of Portuguese people in some crisis that we are living right now. And the Portuguese communities are also very important to promote the Portugal brand. It's important to have some pride in Portuguese products, and we have to have some ambassadors to do that. That's our goal is to connect Portuguese around the world and spread the Portuguese brand and Portuguese products. And how to do that? Well, we have some studies in the background, but we have a conclusion, a straight conclusion. We have to make a collaborative network to bring Portuguese people together in those countries they are. We put online since September our Rede Global de Diaspora. It's a social network addressed to the Portuguese diaspora that links effectively the about 5 million Portuguese all over the world. Our main goal is to promote Portuguese brands, Portuguese products, and help our SMEs to export. It's not an easy task. We have so many problems in this road, but we think we can get the final target. The sponsor of this project is Fundação AEP. It's a non-profit public institution of recognized social and business importance. We are in the middle of a big business association, AEP, the biggest one in Portugal right now. Our budget comes from the European money, as I will tell you later. The funding members are a lot of them. SMEs, and they expect from us to make Portugal more appealing. So ICEP is one of our funding members. As spoken by the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Portuguese Communities, the Chamber of Commerce Network, AEP, and the government of Azores and Madeira. The Institute of Camões is our sponsor also. The budget, as I told you, comes from Europe. It's European money, and it's quite important to reach our goals. In the background of this project, we have made a survey, important survey, but that it's about Miguel.
Bom dia a todos. Bom dia, Sr. Presidente da Fundação AEP, Dr. Luís Miguel Ribeiro, caro colega Paulo Diniz, Senhora Secretária de Estado das Comunidades Portuguesas. Bom dia a todos novamente. É um prazer estar convosco e, como o Paulo referiu, vou fazer a minha apresentação em inglês, porque era algo que eu tinha já combinado com o Sr. Manny e com o Roberto, e creio que assim a nossa mensagem passará de uma forma mais inclusiva também para a nossa comunidade. Mr. Manny and Roberto, hi. Thank you for making this journey with us. Like I told you, I had already met your Portuguese Forum in 2007 when I was in South Africa for the first time. I was an expat in Angola, and I had a roommate was from Pretoria, and he took me to your lovely country, and it was an amazing journey, and I had the opportunity to know about the Portuguese Forum. So when we tried the global network, I said to everybody that we had to get in touch with your organization. And the one thing we can do now is to show the wonderful work you've been doing in South Africa with the Portuguese community, and of course the other activities you do, like Mr. Manny said, giving something to the community. Our network is all about that, is about giving, is about sharing, is about integration, is inclusive, is for everybody. And like Paulo said, we made a survey with almost 348 expats and 303 Portuguese around the world to obtain their ideas about this project and the idea about the network. The drive for the membership of Diaspora Global Network, the expats said it was about networking, business with Portuguese companies, sharing experiences were the main issues they mentioned. The Portuguese around the world also said networking was important, local social and cultural events were important, and sharing experiences. Also, country integration tips for those who travel abroad or are intending to work abroad. They would like to know some tips about the country, how to get enrolled, how to get a fiscal number, things like that. And the Portuguese always mentioned they would like also to keep in touch with other Portuguese around the world. Some integrating features those experts and the Portuguese mentioned, for instance, information from Portuguese companies already operating abroad are very important for business. Access to offer and business opportunities shared by Portuguese small, medium companies. Information about Portuguese office or branches in specific regions, in specific areas. And the Portuguese said also the calendar of events promoted for local Portuguese communities, information from Portuguese companies already operating abroad, and information about Portuguese offices, branches in specific regions. Of course, the information is very important, and receiving news from Portugal and receiving regularly news from Portugal is very important. So the newspapers, the local newspapers, are very important, and to connect, like Roberto said, not only the Portuguese living in South Africa, but our fellow countrymen that now are coming back to Portugal, and they must be stay tuned and connected with news about their country. Availability. Expat mentions that they would like to invite other Portuguese to global network, help newly arrived Portuguese in integration processes, provide small and medium companies market information on country of residence, invite other Portuguese to global network, advertise, promote global initiatives, helping the integration of Portuguese newcomers. This is all that important features. Expats said about the curiosity to be involved to opening events of global network in the country, participate in networking events promoted by global network, getting to know Portuguese companies internationally, be invited to opening events of the global network in the country, participate in networking events, be invited to wine tasting national products. I think this is very important for the Portuguese community. Wine is always very important. And like I said, this is all about sharing. This is all about giving, solidarity, about networking. That's what Global Network is all about these things. Our main goals are bringing the Portuguese together, increase exports, promote the Portugal brand, foster business and partnerships, attract investments. Of course, business is always present here because we see a lot of opportunities in the communities. Another thing Global Network is intending to do is about Lusitanian roots. What are the Lusitanian roots? As you know, agri-food is one of the most deep connecting elements within the Portuguese communities around the world. And it's one of the sectors with strong export potential, not only aimed to Portuguese communities, but above all, to all those millions of tourists that visit us and already know the Portuguese agri-food business. And those recognized World Travel Awards benefit a lot from this connection with our products. So the Lusitanian roots, it's about mapping option and directory of office branches that allows customers to thematic routes related to supply of national agri-food section in a residence. You see this, we see this as an important channel to get to know our products. The Lusitanian roots is just one of the things you can find in Global Network. For instance, you can sort product routes, and it's about a particular product, cheese, wine, with several brands may be associated. And the viewpoint of this is the consumer, the consumption, the consumer establishments and related services with Eureka. Someone already a member of the network can go to a place anywhere in Johannesburg or in Cape Town and go to a branch or an office, a restaurant, and see Portuguese products. He can put those indications in the network so others can share and view the information important for others, or a brand route around a specific product. For instance, a typical retail establishment open to public. If you want to buy codfish, you want to buy tin cans, if you pinpoint those particular restaurants, shops around the network, everybody can see it and everybody can go there and see the Portuguese products. We've already mapped some of the Lusitanian routes, important Lusitanian routes, with some brands that we all know. For instance, the coffee route. We know that Delta is around the world. Codfish route. We know that the Portuguese are the most codfish consumers in the world. The tin can route. Everybody knows the tin can sardines. Licor Beirão, also known everywhere in the world. We've found Licor Beirão all over our communities, all over the world. Like I said, wine is so important for us. This week was published that Portugal reached the 4th place in Europe, the 4th place in wine producing. First is still Italy, then France, then Spain, and on 4th place us. We have been doing this one, the wine route is one of our most successful cases, and everybody showing our wines. For instance, we are going to do a webinar in Switzerland with a Portuguese that established their winery and is selling 90% of his products are Portuguese wines. That's how we can penetrate in the market and get show our products to other consumers. Beer Route, of course, we all know that Superboc and Sagres, our brands, are all in the communities, and others, of course. Restaurants routes, like we say, the Portuguese have a long tradition in food. Our Mediterranean food is well known, and we have restaurants all over the world. The cheese and sausage routes, another one that is spread all over the world in specific countries with shops only selling these products. The Lusitanian Routes purpose is to create added value for global network members. Like I said, mention all the shops around the world that sell our products. And we can buy them or giving notice to them to our friends in our community. Promote the consumption and acquisition of national products in Portuguese communities. Promote establishments that sell Portuguese national products. And one of the things we say here most is we are the first ambassadors of our products. The Portugal brand begins with us buying our products in every community. And map and retail, the logistic networks, and this is a relevant intel data for Portuguese small and medium companies that want to go abroad, and they are in their process of international process, and they want to go abroad, and they need to know that those logistic networks, those retail shops that can sell our products. The benefits of joining the global network. Well, it's a free membership. There's no adding costs to be a member. Meet Portuguese companies, another feature important goal. Meet key Portuguese people and entrepreneurs, people to give information about the country, entrepreneurs to join forces, to see business opportunities and foster business. Visibility in Portuguese communities, like we're doing now with the Portuguese Forum. Visibility is very important. It's very important to give visibility to other Portuguese communities about the world. And now the Portuguese Forum will have, with the global network, an open window to other Portuguese communities. And now Lusitanian Routes, that's also very important. The highlights of this global net so far, we had a calendar for showing the global network was starting in March this year, but then the pandemic came and we had to reschedule all the events we were planning to do, but we've transformed it to webinar sessions, and the formal opening of the global network is only in September, but we already reached 4,000 registered members in 124 countries. This gives us a small example, the extension of the Portuguese communities around the world. We are present everywhere. We have already 10,500 establishments in more than 144 countries and 1,000 establishments in Portuguese roots. In a couple of months, we've reached these numbers. Imagine what we can do in the years to come. And we are here for the long run. This project will continue, and we haven't been in South Africa, but surely in 2021 or 2022, we'll be in South Africa celebrating with local communities, getting to know those clubs and those Catholic associations those sports clubs that Mr. Mannion, the Secretary of State, mentioned, the wonderful work they do, and we want to share this with them. Another thing I would like to talk about is, because this is much derived to the associations, we are talking with a lot of Portuguese communities around the globe. And of course, those associations are getting through a very difficult period that was increased by the pandemic. And we would like to help them because, like I said, we want to show their work. We want to show to the community globally, to show everyone what they are doing. So the role of these, the important role of these associations with the communities, helping people that are struggling with difficulties. We know that employment in some of the communities is higher, and things like that, helping them in learning Portuguese, in the cultural events, our natural heritage, everything about our Portuguese information and news. And we establish a notice for donations to get members. It's important that the network continues to grow. Because growing with members will get us stronger and make us a larger community around the world. We haven't, for now, for this period, we will have only 8 countries. For the new, for the next years, we'll add other countries, other communities around the world. But it's important to get revolving with members, getting members enrolled in the network, and we come up with a small idea of donations to the associations to get members enrolled. I would like to share the rules of engagement that are important. No. Just to find. Sorry, I have to open it up. Just a minute. The framework of this notice is to get a small example. It's something that we've come up with. We have new ideas for the future, but this is the opportunity to give a small donation to those associations we are struggling. We are asking them to get members enrolled in the global network, and we're giving some money. It's €1 for each enrollment, and of course there's a limit budget. We couldn't go farther because like Paulo mentioned, this is funded by European funding, but we have a budget of €10,000 for this notice, and we are trying to give a small donation to these associations so they can spread the word and show the opportunities they could get about being members of the platform. It's a minimum of 2,050 registrations on the platform, and like I said, we're giving €1 to each one, up to a limit of the budget allocation. Of course, this is a small help, but it's something that we thought it would benefit those associations and the important role they are doing in the Portuguese communities. that's what I had to share. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the opportunity, and we'll see each other next year.
Madam Secretary, Mr. Paulo Diniz and Mr. Miguel Peixoto, thank you so much for your presentations. Now, before the Q&A moment, we will launch a survey for which we'd like to draw your attention. Thank you. To start the debate, I pass the floor to Mr. Roberto.
Portanto, agora vai haver uma sessão de perguntas e respostas, correto?
Yeah.
Correto.
Desculpa?
É isso, é.
Correto, correto. Sim, sim, sim.
Quando houver questões,
Temos no Q&A algumas questões já lançadas.
onde é que eu as vejo? Ah, está aqui, desculpa, não estava a ver. Portanto, estas perguntas são para vocês.
Correto.
Well, I can see the question over here, and I can answer the question. Well, once enrolled in the global network, once we get a link, and with that link we can invite your friends by Facebook, by LinkedIn, and other social media platforms. So you can invite your friends. It's how you do it. It's simple. With just a connection. You can do it.
O link para o convite pode ser enviado por mais que uma pessoa. Como é que contam as pessoas que se registram?
Sim. Yes. The link. Sorry. Diga, Paulo.
Estava a sugerir que falasse a resposta fosse em inglês. É só isso, Miguel, desculpa.
Okay. No, the link must be shared by one person up to 250. Like I said, you can ask your friends, so you can enroll them. We want people to spread the word and spread the global network.
So, and are you planning any event to promote this network here in Johannesburg?
I can answer that. Yes, we are planning. It was supposed that we were there in the 10th of June for the Portuguese Day celebration. It wasn't possible for pandemic reasons, but we have now some network that we can attract next year. We are planning to go in the second quarter of 2021. So it will be important to straighten our connection with Portuguese Forum, and we intend also to bring some Portuguese investors to our country, and we in the meantime will send the formal invitation for that. Mr. Manny Ferreirinha and Roberto are right now our partners. It will be the first South African institution to have that invitation we are sending in the meantime.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have a question here from Gorete Doria. She's asking me to share my report. Of course, we can share the presentation and the notice. I will send them back if you want.
We have another question. So Until when can we invite people to the platform? Is there a date to this?
We have our limited date for this project, for the first project of Global Network, is the 31 of December 2020. Until then, you can ask your friends, spread the word up to that limit with the rules of in the notice. But you can, of course, start now. It's a wonderful gift for Christmas, inviting members to the Global Network.
Okay, thank you. So how can associations register in the platform?
It's easy. The associations can register easily in the platform, create their events, publish their events. Well, when you enroll, when you subscribe the network, you'll have your back office screens and things like that. You can share your logos, share your information, and then of course navigate through the platform and make notice of your events, of your performance projects, everything.
Thank you, Miguel. And so besides these invitations, how can associations help grow this platform?
Well, we've been seeing around our Portuguese communities, first of all the associations are different. Well, we've been seeing that a lot of them are in a process of changing people. Some of them were created with our first immigrants that went to their countries, and now they are changing to a new path and recycle their people. So they are engaging in different activities. And of course, business has been something that was not at the first stage of their mission statement, but now it's being increasingly fast and growing, because they see these associations see the exchange with the Portuguese communities and the connection with Portugal as an important vehicle to help people foster business opportunities. And their role is not only about cultural, it's not only about language, it's more about getting people helped in business, in jobs, in a lot of activities. I think they open their scope, and we've been encountering that all over the world. Not only in Africa, but in Africa, in Americans, in all the geographies where our Portuguese communities are settled.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Mr. Paulo Diniz, final notes.
Just to thank Roberto and Mr. Manny Ferreirinha. We have some good information for you. We'll try to make a bullet point in South Africa with Portuguese Forum. We'll try to improve our mechanisms to reach the Portuguese community in South Africa. And I renew my invitation for a visit from the South African delegation in the next year. We'll try to accomplish our goals with you in this good partnership. Thank you.
Mr. Miguel Peixoto, final notes.
Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Roberto. We have now a channel, open channel. So I think we'll be talking a lot more at the end until the end of this year, and we'll see definitely in 2021 in Johannesburg. And thank you so much for chairing our global network, and we'll keep in touch for sure.
Thank you. To close this session, I'll give the floor to Mr. Manny Ferreirinha.
I just want to thank your team and your president, especially for doing it in English. We appreciate it. So we owe you, I owe you personally that I must speak Portuguese now. And you've set a benchmark here for me. And I just, once again, thank you. This is so important for our community. And we're certainly going to spread the word to the other organizations that we have, that they participate and get the community to know about this organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the participants. This session will now be closed.